Hello my multiverse subscribers, I'm Arkham Gaming. Welcome to my multiverse comic book channel. Today we are going to be reading the second chapter of the Court of Owls called Trustfall. Let's get started. The original Wayne Tower. If you came to Gotham City today, right now, and took a tour of the building here and some things your guide would tell you, the tower was constructed in 1888 under the watch of my great-great-grandfather Alan Wayne. He built the tower to serve as a symbol of welcome to people coming to Gotham, and as your guide will point out, from the ground up, it's designed to give visitors like you the feeling that they're cared for and protected. For example, your guide will say the building has 12 gargoyles or guardians, as Alan insisted they be called, one to watch over each passageway into the city. Unbreakable, that is, unless, like the assassin who just kicked me through them, you know how to hit the glass just right. Make impact at the edge of the plate rather than the center where it's designed to bend and flex. The throwing knives are perfectly placed to lodge tight in my brachial arteries. The pain and the blood loss make it almost impossible to grab on anything to break my fall. Impossible to do anything except bleed and drop and watch the city rise up to greet me. 24 hours earlier, I'm positive I hit him with 2 pounds of Semtex. 2 pounds? Say what you want. I'll spike the ball when we're over the harbor. Our guy is supposed to be waiting just past the straits to take the statue. Why are we going so damn slow? I thought this thing was supposed to cruise at 200 knots. But our guy said all 10 of these things from the Hellenistic wind. 10. It is, but he destroyed the coaxial with that fat thing. You want faster? Dump a few of the pretty ladies. He isn't one about to go down in the middle of the avenue start tossing them. Hell, I was never much for pale girls anyhow, and at least these ones won't scream. He got raw. What are you doing, man? Get the hell away from him. Turn. Shut up. The bat wants to play chicken. Let's play chicken. What's he doing? He wouldn't. Vroom. Turn. I can't. The damn alley's too narrow. Sir, Commissioner Gordon has arrived at the morgue. Noted, Alfred. Shall I assume you won't be back for the autopsy? I can power down the... I'll be there. But sir, I have you all the way over on. Relax. This'll only take a moment. I'm afraid there's little more to rely than the obvious. Our John Doe was stabbed multiple times, likely in an act of torture. Died from oral wound here, which caused him to hemorrhage into his own throat. I should be going there waiting on me down in Burns. Hit the lights on my way out. Bill, don't you think I know the drill by now? Night, Commissioner. Well. You there? I'm here, Jim. Step back. Well, that's colorful. It works? Ready. So what we have is a genuine mystery man. Paid his rent in cash, no identification in the place. We checked his DNA against state and federal. Not one ping. We know nothing about him except he made a pretty decent dartboard for someone. Here, there's extensive scar tissue around the ribs and abdomen, calcification at his brow side of his skull. Huh? The publicist beauty marks you think our John Doe was a fighter in his glory days. Maybe, but he got more callus material around his palms and wrists than his knuckles defense scar. A trainer? There are scars along his forearms, common injuries from swordplay. So the guy is a high-end trainer. He's tough is the idea, but now someone even tougher, someone he knows he can't beat is coming for him, and the message he leaves for us to find is Bruce Wayne will die tomorrow? It's curious. I contacted Wayne, asked him if he wanted police detail for the next 24 hours, but he turned me down. I take it you are keeping an eye on him? I have it covered. Jim, his third molar, right side. The scanner's picking up an abnormal fracture. Right wisdom tooth, got it? Huh, take a look. Same emblem on the throwing knives used to kill him. It's an Athenian owl. It appeared on coins in ancient Greece. It was a symbol of wealth and power. Beware the court of owls that watches all the time, ruling Gotham from a shadowed perch behind granite and lime. They watch you at your hearth, they watch you in your bed. Speak not a whisper word of them, or they will send the talon for your head. I know the nursery rhyme, Jim, but the court of owls is just a legend. They don't exist. I just know. To be blunt, so were you for a while, and you knew that because, well, whoever the killer is, he wants us to believe the ghost story. So what we've got is a victim who was some kind of secret high-level bad guy trainer, a killer who even tougher than him, apparently out to get Bruce Wayne, and all we really know about either of them is that they have a thing for owls. And the tissue beneath the fingernails forensic came back empty-handed. Anything on your end? No, but I'm looking into it. I'll be in touch. Whoa, you installed a photogrammetric scanner in the city morgue? It simplifies things. No more sneaking in and out. Come on though, admit it, you're going to miss that ventilation shaft. The one with... This is the John Doe I briefed you on, Dick. The one who had your DNA under his fingernails. Good thing we keep all of our Bat family DNA protected. Do you recognize him? I do. It was about a week ago at the end of the groundbreaking for our new West Side Promenade. I was leaving. The press was taking pictures asking about your new Gotham initiative, and I was hightailing it out of there. And all of a sudden, this stranger, your John Doe, came up to me and grabbed my arm. He looked haggard, really at the end of his rope, and then before I could get away from the press and talk to him, he said something like, "They're real, they're everywhere, and they're sending him for you, all of you." And then security got to him before I could follow up. He was gone. I noted it, but honestly, I just assumed by the looks of him he was a zealot or something, all fire and brimstone. Now though, still, I don't get it. Why would he approach me when you were the one in danger? And your DNA? When security pulled him off, he still had my arm. I can take off my glove and show you it. It was a week ago, but the scratch marks are still there. There's no need for that. Well, look at this. I'll let you know if there are any more developments that pertain to you. You already checked the surveillance footage from the groundbreaking, didn't you? That's why you don't care about checking my alibi. Dick, you know me better than anyone except Professor Albert. Of course I checked the surveillance footage. I have to go. Well, enjoy yourself, partner, because according to your John Doe flaming note, you've got less than 24 hours to live. Old Wayne Tower. I just want to say how much I appreciate your meeting with me, Bruce. I can only imagine how busy you must be these days. Not too busy to meet with Lincoln March, the next mayor of Gotham. Is that what the gossips are saying? Some. I don't doubt it either. I've been reading up on self-made captain of finance turned philanthropist. You've got a good story too, funding the boys' home, setting up the after-school reading and write. So what do you think? Does the number look satisfactory? Bruce, I'm not here to ask for money. Don't get me wrong. Every dollar is appreciated. Hell, Mayor Hadley has about 10 lines of credit running at all times from sources that are questionable at best. If you're asking for a public endorsement, I'm afraid I don't do that. I'm not after a public endorsement either. All I'm really after is your vote. My vote? You've come a long way for one vote, Lincoln. That's true, but I believe in what you're doing, Bruce. This initiative to rebuild Gotham. It's a good thing, and to be frank, I see a friend in you. A client would say you see an opportunity. That's true, and a client would say you're spearheading this new Gotham initiative for the image of your company because it's a public holding and so on for private purposes. Is that what the gossips say? So maybe they're right. I should be going. I'll leave the check on the table. You know, Bruce, I lost my parents when I was a boy too. It's strange, isn't it? The way it's just the details that stay with you. I can barely remember my mother's face anymore, but I remember this pin, clear as day, the pin she was wearing the day of the accident. I made it for her at school in ceramic. It was this little heart, but it was all lopsided, with one side bigger than the other. She was wearing a pin too, this fancy dress of hers, my little ugly pin. I don't remember the drunk driver hitting us. I don't remember much of the accident. I do remember seeing the pin on the ground through as the paramedics took me away, the pin perfectly preserved, not cracked or broken, just lying in the road. All I wanted was for someone to pick it up. I lost everything I had that night, a long time after I lived in a state of total hopelessness. I hated the world. But then I got funding for school. I was able to go to city college. The city saved me, Bruce. Gotham saved me. It gave me a purpose when I was alone, just like I'll bet it did for you. When I look at you, I see an alley, a real one. And as I'm sure you know, this is a city where alleys are few and far between. Especially now. Especially now? Why? Something bad has come back to Gotham, Bruce. Something ancient and powerful and evil. Lincoln, what are you talking about? What the? You? If you think you can scare? Huh? Lincoln! Don't recognize him. Someone new, someone fast. Just me and him, but still have to be careful, restrain myself. Never know who's watching. Go for strikes that look like lucky blows. Solar plexus, mandibular nerve. Alright, playtime's over. Doesn't make sense. It only takes 11 pounds of pressure to collapse a windpipe. I'm applying over 100 and he's not even flinching. Must be on something, some kind of venom. Bruce Wayne, the Court of Owls sentence you to die. Too far out to grab for the Ring of Seven. By the time I reach other 5 Guardians, I'll be at terminal velocity. The Force will rip my arms off. How I love killing Waynes. There's something I didn't mention earlier about the design of Old Wayne Tower, something your tour guide wouldn't mention earlier because they're one guardian people don't tell you about when you visit. They don't bother to mention it because it was added later in 1930 and because it sits in the middle of the building and can't be seen from the elevators or the deck. The 13 Guardian installed by Alan's son Henry, my great-grandfather, the Guardian for visitors to Gotham, arrived in by air. Whoever it was that just tried to kill me, he was good, but he made one mistake. He tried to use Gotham's legends against me, but I'm the only legend this city needs. In many ways, it's my oldest and truest friend, and it knows me better than anyone just as I know it, which is why I can say that there is no Court of Owls. Not in Gotham, not in my city. That's the end of the second chapter. Thank you for tuning in for my second episode of the Court of Owls series. My multiverse subscribers, if you like my content so far, smash that like button and subscribe. I will see you back in the multiverse.